everyone. Hello, everyone. I've never been someone who found myself ugly outside of certain lighting or awfully taking pictures at really bad angles, but recently I've been appreciating myself a lot more. I've been opening the camera to either film videos or check something, and I've been like, wow, I look really good. I look really pretty. And I've been hesitant to voice that a lot outside of these videos because social media, especially in the past few years, has made it very, very normal and even expected to dislike the way you look, to keep finding flaws in the way you look. And it's kind of always been a thing where you can't say you like yourself or like the way you look unless you are conventionally attractive and everyone else also agrees. The consensus has mostly been, oh, if you're not conventionally attractive, if everyone doesn't agree that you're pretty, if you don't meet the beauty standards, you can't think you're pretty. And if you think otherwise, you have to keep it to yourself. But it's like, why? Why? Just because you think I'm ugly, or just because you don't think I'm pretty, or you don't think I meet the beauty standards, or you don't like this or that about me, means I shouldn't find myself pretty? I shouldn't like this or that about myself? Why? It just doesn't make sense to me. And social media these past few years has certainly not helped. It really, really hasn't. Why would I not find myself pretty just because other people tell me I'm not? Like, I'm sorry, I like to admire myself. I'm not sorry. Why is this messaging? Oh, it's just my insurance. Oh, it's just my insurance. Big freaking deal. Big freaking deal, genuinely. They keep telling me I need to get up to date on my vaccines, but I am up to date on my vaccines. I think I should definitely get that checked out. Vaccines are important. But I'm pretty sure I'm up to date on all of mine. I don't know why they don't have it on file. And I think in the past several years, what has actually also helped me is making YouTube videos, because I see myself on screen more. And in the beginning, when I tried to make YouTube videos when I was in high school, middle school, I used to be like, oh, I don't look good in video. Oh, I don't sound good in the video. And even as I grew up, it wasn't until maybe 6-7 years ago. Sorry, I know I keep making 6-7 jokes, but it's unintentional. Okay, it's unintentional. Literally 6-7 years ago, something clicked in my brain and I would start seeing footage while I was editing and be like, wow, I look really good. Wow, I look really good here. Wow, I look really good here, as opposed to, oh, I don't look good. Oh, I should have done this differently. Oh, I should have worn this different shirt. Blah, 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 blah. I still have some of those moments, but not often. I think when it comes to, oh, I should have worn this versus that, it's also growing up and realizing I look good in this, or I don't look good in this. I like the way I look in this. I don't like the way I look in this. Because just because I like the way I look and I think I'm pretty doesn't mean I don't understand when I look bad in something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not blindly just going around being like, I look good in everything, because realistically, I know I don't look good in a lot of things. But this is not about clothing or anything. It is just about liking the way you are. And I like the way I look. Not all the time, but most of the time. And I have since I was a child, and I never believed myself ugly. I believed and I knew that other people found me unattractive, if not ugly, because those are my lived experiences. I grew up somewhere where I wasn't the beauty standard, which is understandable. It's whatever. But people really take the supposed anonymity that the internet provides, being a profile online versus being a person in real life, the supposed distance it provides, as a go-ahead, a green light to just comment on whoever's appearance, whatever they feel like commenting. And it's kind of normalized now to not say anything good about yourself, much less, oh, I really like the way I look, because people will tear you to shreds about it. But why? Why are you so offended about my opinion of myself? I'm sorry, you thinking I'm ugly, or a majority of people think I'm ugly or unattractive, is not going to change the fact that I think I look pretty. It's just going to make me more aware that, oh, other people don't think I'm nearly as pretty as I think I'm pretty. Is that clicking? I hope so. I feel like I could go on and on and on about this in circles and circles and circles and circles. Oh, let me continue this train of thought. So, filming videos has also helped me, I guess, expose myself more to myself. So the more I'm myself on camera, the more authentic I am myself on camera, the less I squirm away from being myself around other people, the less I squirm away from being insecure about other people finding me unattractive or whatever, because it's like, I'm watching these videos, I'm editing them, I like the way I look. What does it matter if nobody else does or somebody else doesn't? Because it's like, I'm making these videos, I'm seeing myself as I film, I'm seeing myself as I edit, I'm rewatching myself before and after I upload. Sometimes I'm rewatching constantly again and again and again whenever I'm bored or not bored, or when I just feel like rewatching my video. I think I look pretty. Does it really matter if somebody else doesn't? And my videos at the end of the day aren't really about being pretty or not. They're about me and my life, my boring but not awful life. So what does it matter what I look like? Life does not care about whether you're pretty or not. And I'm not talking about pretty privilege in this moment. I'm talking about life happens to you whether you are pretty or not, or whether you're ugly or not, or whether you're unattractive or not, or whether you fit the beauty standards or not, you know? So there's just too much, too much of people put too much weight. That's the thing. People put too much weight behind looking good or looking bad, when life is definitely much more than your looks. And this is easier said than done. Easier said than done. Does that apply in this situation? I don't know. But it's easier said than believed, than accepted, because so many people do center beauty and vanity in their life, but life is bigger than that. Important disclaimer. Just because you like the way you look doesn't mean you can't have insecurities. We've been this all on. Well, I feel like I said that really weird. Just because you like the way you look doesn't mean you can't have insecurities. I like the way I look, and I have plenty of insecurities. We've seen online that people who are conventionally attractive have a lot of insecurities even. It's normal to have insecurities. It's not normal to let them take over your life. It's not normal to let them warp your image of yourself. Well, I don't know how to phrase that. It's not normal to let them warp the image you have of yourself into something awful and negative. I've experienced that. Let me tell you, it's not a fun ride. It's not a fun spiral. It's awful, awful, awful. It's awful, awful, awful. I wanted to say that. I need more reaction pictures. How do you feel about that? Little lad. Can't have too many smirking ones. Now, do I mean that in literally, oh my gosh, I should not have too many smirking ones, or do I mean it, you can't have enough, like, there can never be enough. You never know. Okay, sorry. I'm not really, but a little bit sorry. Okay, I'm editing, but I want to clarify. This video, I focus a lot on looks, mainly because this video was originally going to be about looks, and I was going to focus on personality and person as a whole in a different video. But then I thought about it, and I was like, they can literally be in the same video, because point is going to stand. Does that make sense? So later on, I try to be more conscious of including who you are as a person, like personality, hobbies, etc., as well as looks. But I just wanted to clarify. When I say I like myself, and I think everyone else should also like themselves, I don't just mean looks. I mean, everyone should like themselves as a person and not wait for someone else to kind of validate who they are to begin liking themselves. Does that make sense? Not just looks, but your whole being. I'm at the skincare time. I started using the toner that I heard really, really good things about. And I like it. I did it. I had mixed feelings about it first. It feels so fancy just applying toner, you know, just tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. And I like doing this little thing on my eyeballs. Really, really lightly. Really lightly. Just like the tappiest of tap. No, not the tappiest of taps. That's intense tapping. The teeniest, tiniest butterfly wing brush of your fingers against your eyelids. Just, it's so soothing. Don't forget your neck and under your chin, jaw. What is this area called? Whatever. Tap, 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 and gently rub into this spot, because when I tap, do you see that? There's a slight gap right there, and I don't like it. So I just brush upwards very, very gently. And tap, 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 tap. And tap, 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 and tap, 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 tap. Look at this difference. Look at this difference. Like, that's not right. That's not right. In elementary school, I became very, very germophobic, so I would wear a jacket to school every single day because I also didn't like school property touching me. And also the cold metal of desks, it was a jump scare every single time. I just didn't like it, and I started wearing a jacket to school. And also because my mom had told me there was this bug at the time that went around biting people, as bugs do, but it was like a very, very deadly bug. I forget the name of it, but she was like, one bite from it and you're done for. And I was like, stay away from me. I do not claim this. So then I started wearing a jacket every single day. And then in middle school, 8th grade actually, I was like, I think I want to do some exposure therapy with myself, because at this point I had gotten really, really bad. And so I took it off one day, and I remember this guy I liked at the time who was actually dating my friend. Listen, sit down, listen, keep your listening ears on. I had told her that I liked him before I knew they were dating, because they were already dating in secret like 2-3 days before. I told her this, and then afterwards she was like, so I'm dating him. And I was like, why would you do that when you know I like him? And she was like, well, I was dating him before you told me that. And she pulled up her Kik message, because they were using Kik to communicate at the time. Wow, that's a throwback. And yeah, they had been dating secretly, but then now I was offended that she hadn't told me that they were dating, and I was like, why wouldn't you tell me? She's like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I took my jacket off and I immediately put it back on, because this guy, because we were still all friends, he was like, wow, your arms are so pale compared to your face, Sonali. Another insecurity was born that day. And to this day, hey, it actually looks better in this lighting. What the hey? I don't wear a jacket around everywhere I go anymore. Actually, I have switched to long sleeve shirts, but even then I'm doing exposure therapy with myself. But yeah, I guess maybe my arms have never fully recovered. Who gives a gaff? Not me, girl. Not me. I'm too busy working on exposure therapy with myself. Skincare. Let me focus. I can't do skincare while I talk to you. I'm sorry. Example of a shirt I don't look good in certain lighting. I look decent right now. Oh, right. But I'm not getting rid of this shirt. This is one of my inside shirts, which is why I think I care less that I don't look good in it at all times, because this is, I have designated inside clothes, I have designated outside clothes, I have designated outside and inside clothes. If you know, you know. This is a designated inside shirt. So I really don't give a gaff if I look good or bad on it. Going to the mall, this is my outfit. Top from my mom. My Snoopy jeans from a few years ago. Very nice. Oh, and my hairpins. I look so good right now. Wow, I look so good right now. Yeah. It does do this weird thing around my chest, which I don't appreciate, but eh. Okay, I will confess. It did get to me. I suffered because of it. This cognitive dissonance. Let's be serious. This cognitive dissonance of knowing that I think I'm really, really pretty and knowing that I don't think anybody else does. Always being like, why are my crushes never reciprocated? Why are my crushes always crushing on my friends? Why are my friends crushing on my crushes and they're the ones who end up? Like, is something wrong with me or am I just ugly? And it got to a point where I would think about it all the time and be like, am I just fucking insane? Am I some narcissist? Am I self-obsessed to the point where I can't see what everyone else sees? And then I grew up and I was like, oh, maybe it's just me as a person. Very off-putting vibes. I don't know. I don't think I was this way as a kid, though. As a kid, I was very impersonable, the way all kids are. But I guess kids can always sense something wrong with other kids or whatever. And also, there's the whole thing with beauty standards. Your beauty standards develop into what you're exposed to as a child, on TV and magazines, your community, who you grow up around, who you're used to seeing, who you're used to other people calling pretty, your family circle, your family friend circle, not family circle, let's just get this straight. Your family friend circle is what I meant to say. Like people who look like you, you know? But even other than that, I'm thinking there was an underlying issue with me as a human that everyone else was picking up on ever since I was a little kid and I wasn't. Maybe I was also pretty, but everyone sensed that something is not quite right. How do I even describe this? I feel like I'm now sounding like a narcissist, but I'm not. These are things to think about. Not anymore, I guess, but as a child, these were the things I thought about. Now, I'm just like, I guess something is wrong with me and I don't know how to change it. But I do still like myself. Even though I get frustrated with myself, even though I get really irritated with myself, and I get pissed off at myself even, I still like myself. And I think it's okay if other people don't. For the same reasons, I think it's okay if other people don't find me attractive. There will be people in the world who you just don't like on principle for whatever reason, and there will be people you love, adore, like, accept, also on principle. There are people whose vibes are just off, there are people whose vibes are just right, and they vary from person to person. C'est la vie. And I firmly believe there is someone out there for everyone. If we're talking about romance, I believe in soulmates. Make of that what you will. I don't know, some people think I'm an idiot for believing in soulmates. Some people think it's juvenile, it's naive, it's childlike, it's nonsense, blah, 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 blah. Girl, to each their own. To each their own. But I believe in soulmates. So my belief is that there is someone out there who will love me and accept me meet me where I'm at. And the same will go for that person. They will be my perfect person and I will be their perfect person. I do see how that can come off as romanticizing negatively, I guess. Romanticizing love, life. And I do see how saying it out loud like that can come off as naive. But that's just the first layer of this onion. That is my belief of soulmates. Now, that is a sentence that might have never been said before. It's a sentence I just made up on the spot. Yes, soulmates as a concept, no, onion as a representative of the concept of soulmates. Wow, that's so beautiful, Sonali. That's so, so beautiful. Yes, who doesn't love to compare romance to onions? But it makes sense. There are layers to romance, the way there are layers to an onion. Thank you, Shrek, for raising this generation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. At the moment, I'm rereading this fan fiction I read a bunch of years ago. If you must know, it's a Destiel fanfic, okay? I read it a few years ago for the first time before I even watched Supernatural. I recently started rewatching. I haven't watched it. I recently started watching it with my sisters, and it's actually really good, but I didn't really see the appeal of it back in the day. I kind of do wish I had found a way to watch it back when Super Hulock was a huge giant thing on Tumblr to feel more involved, but I'm watching it now, and it's good, and I'm invested. But this fanfic I read before I was watching it, so I didn't really know any of the characters, just kind of what I had heard of them, the dynamics I had heard of them. All I gleaned was from posts online, Tumblr posts, and other fanfiction I happened to read or whatever. But sometimes I read fanfiction from fandoms I'm not a part of, that I've no idea about them. I said that weird. Sometimes I read fanfics from fandoms I'm not a part of, and fandoms I have no idea, no clue. Sometimes I read fanfic. This is not good lighting, but whatever, you're gonna deal with it. Because here's the thing, if I move my head, you're gonna see my feet. I'm not showing you my feet. Whatever. Sometimes I read fanfics from fandoms I'm not a part of and know nothing about because I'm not a part of them, simply because I'm going through a fanfic drought, and sometimes because fanfiction sounds interesting regardless if it has a good summary. I can just be like, oh, this is an original story I'm reading with characters I know nothing about, like they're new characters getting introduced to me through this fanfiction. Does that make sense? I'm rereading that fanfiction now, and I like it more now because I had mixed feelings about it when I first read it because I didn't know any of the characters. I didn't really understand the dynamics or anything. But now that I know the characters and I kind of understand the dynamic a little bit, I understand the character a little bit more, I'm enjoying it more. I find myself enjoying it more. Ding. Ding. Okay, sorry, that's getting annoying. It's a little bit humidity, rainy outside. I hope I don't end up regretting wearing this long sleeve sweater, but it's okay. We're going to the cafe again, and if I had known we were going back so soon, I would have waited a little bit longer to upload my honey lavender matcha latte video, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I look good right now. I look good right now. It's her disgusting voice, that's what it is. I like this. Tried watching Jennifer's Body today. Wasn't a fan of it. But I do know that if I had watched it when I was a kid, I would have tried so hard to be like Megan Fox's character, because I just love the way she talks in there. Like, her cadence is so addictive to listen to, if that makes sense. And also because I feel like her character and Sharpay from the High School Musical movies kind of similar, and I wanted to be Sharpay so bad. I thought she had the coolest attitude as a second grader. Could never quite pull it off, because I'm not cool, I guess, but I'm cool in my own way. It's 4:24 in the morning and I still haven't gone to sleep yet. This is the latest I've stayed awake in a really long time, but I'm going to go to bed now. I'm gonna feel awful when I wake up, probably. In a prison of my own making. I said I've always liked myself, but if we're being honest, and I'm gonna be honest, there are exceptions. There were exceptions. Physically, when I had really, really bad, awful, terrible acne. Personality-wise, when I was being self-deprecating. Self-deprecation was my entire personality. Insufferable. At the time, I thought I was hilarious. I thought everyone thought I was so, so funny. But it's like, were they laughing with me or were they laughing at me? Why was I making myself the butt of jokes to make other people laugh? I'm funny without being self-deprecating, and I know that now, and I'm aware of it now. I genuinely believe I'm one of the funniest people I know, if not the funniest. And it's not like, oh, you can crack a joke. It's like, oh, I'm funny in conversation. I'm one of those people. So don't even try to be like, okay, you think you're funny? Make a joke. I hate when people do that. We're like, oh, I think I'm funny. Or it just comes up in conversation. Oh, so-and-so is really funny. And people are be like, oh yeah? Why don't you tell a joke? Some people are funny as in they can crack jokes on the spot. Some people are funny as in they can make jokes in the conversation. They can integrate jokes in the conversation. They can extract jokes from the conversation. Keep it lighthearted, etc., etc. I'm in that category. We're talking about other things. This is not... Focus. Okay. Yeah, self-deprecation is just not fun. It knocks you down. Slowly. It's not funny. It's sad. And I didn't realize that until years later. I don't like being the butt of jokes. So why am I making myself the butt of jokes? Why did I take pride in being self-deprecating? Not cool. When it comes to acne, I don't have much to say about it. I have complicated feelings and a complicated relationship with acne, as I imagine most people do, many people do, especially people who have suffered through cosmic... Why? It's 3 in the morning, okay? Let me think for a second. Don't worry about me, just let me think for a second. Especially people who have had... The words are crunching up here. Give it a second. People who have had cystic acne or chronic acne, that's the word. Okay. People who have had cystic acne or chronic acne or just any sort of acne that just kind of takes over your identity, and you're terrified of looking in the mirror, you're terrified of taking selfies because you're like, I don't even recognize myself. And then you kind of have it for a while and you're like, I don't even care. I don't even care. It's just something that's on my face. I don't care. But you tell yourself you don't care and you're still insecure about it. Like, I was terrified of going outside. Genuinely worked myself into a panic because I was like, if I step outside and someone happens to see my face, I am going to ruin their day. Their day is going to be ruined because I exist and acne exists on my face. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. It's something that I went through, and I feel like a lot of people also go through. But it's sad, and I don't like that mindset. I didn't like it. And I feel like a little bit of that mindset might have still stayed with me even after I got rid of acne. Because I still get breakouts occasionally. Like, look at this. Oh, you think I have crazy cheekbones? No, that's just a giant volcano that has yet to erupt. That has yet to erupt. Jeez. I need to not be talking right now. That has yet to erupt. And I'm terrified of what happens when it does. Ugh. Ugh. Barring the self-deprecating era of my life and barring acne and the leftover impact is a better word, the leftover impact from having really terrible acne for a few years, I can confidently say that I have always liked myself since I was a kid. Even though, as I grew older, I have come to realize and acknowledge and accept that I have moments where I am actually exceptionally annoying. But it is what it is. I just had a terrible thought. Yes, I'm annoying, but I don't have to deal with it. Other people have to deal with it. It's just stupid. I know. But it's like, it's true. I'm annoying, but it doesn't bother me. It bothers other people. And I know it bothers other people because my siblings have told me countless times that I am annoying. It'd be like that. What can they do about it? They have to put up with it. They're my siblings. It's not funny. I have to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. I will talk more on this matter tomorrow. I've been typing some stuff up on my little notes app. In my little notes app. On my notes app. It's definitely in my notes app. Oh my gosh, shut up. I've been typing stuff up in my notes app. So I'm going to read directly from there because sometimes I am a better writer than I'm a speaker. Oftentimes I'm a better writer than I'm a speaker. Whatever. I'm gonna go to sleep. You go to sleep too, if you haven't yet. I guess at the end of the day, I could hypothesize all I want, make up all the theories I want, think everything through, but I will never know. I will never know what it is about me that people don't like. And do I really want to know? Do I really want to know? No. I like my personality. I think I'm funny. I like who I am as a person. I like the way I look. Do I have issues sometimes? Yes. Am I still insecure about this or that and the other? Yeah, sure. But overall, in general, my feelings about myself as a person are positive. So does it hurt? Suck when I think about all the people I had crushes on when I was a kid and none of them liked me back? Yeah. But will it change anything? No. So I don't really care, especially because none of those people are in my life anymore. It doesn't matter. But even if I knew what I care, I have to ask myself these questions because the answer is most likely no, I would not care. That's a problem, maybe. Is it a problem? I don't know. I'm in that weird spot where I care a little bit too much about what people think, but I don't care nearly enough as I probably should about what people think. And it really varies on what the topic is, who the person is, how I'm feeling at the moment, what is it about, what is it not about. There's depth to this. Indeed. Let me get my iPad so I can wrap up this video before I think of more things to say. Hold on. Here's what I wrote and I'm gonna read it. Why is it a problem if I like myself anyway? Why is it anyone's problem if you like yourself? If we don't like ourselves, who else is guaranteed to? No one is this concerned and in your business when you dislike yourself, but you say you like yourself and suddenly people think you're asking for reasons you shouldn't like yourself. They start pointing out things they don't like about you or digging at things you can't change or maybe don't want to. Why is liking yourself seen like a moral failing while disliking yourself is seen as the norm? And people genuinely treat you differently when you even allude to liking yourself versus when you constantly talk about not liking yourself. Is that not fucked up? And I'm not just talking about, just looks. I'm talking in general about who you are as a person. I like myself, and by saying that, I'm not saying that everyone else has to like me too or that I have no faults and I'm perfect. I'm simply saying I like myself. What does that have to do with anyone else? Why do people take it so personally when you like yourself, almost as if the mere notion offends them? isn't it a little bit telling? You don't like me, so I'm not allowed to like me? Or you don't like yourself, so I'm not allowed to like myself either? Or is it that you don't think someone like me should be allowed to like themselves for whatever reason? Why is it so hard to believe that I actually like myself? What do you really think about me, and what do you really think of yourself? Basically, mind your own business. Mind your own business. It's just really, really weird. The amount of people who will go out of their way to be like, there's no way you actually like yourself, in a weird, condescending, disbelieving, sarcastic manner. You know, even I've had even friends do this to me. Middle school, high school, and I've been shocked every single time, because at the time I feel like, wait, is there something about me that I shouldn't like? You're my friend, you would tell me, right? You're my friend, you would tell me if there's something about me I shouldn't like. No one had answers. And then I grew up and I was like, I don't care. But yes, I feel like this is one of those topics where the more I think about it, the more I'll have to say. But this video is like really long and I'm already kind of dreading editing it. So I'm gonna end it here. Feel free to throw in your opinion in the comments. But yeah, that is it for this video. So if you watched this far, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. But I will see you all next time. Be kind, be smart, and stay safe, everyone.